It's been a celebration of rainbows and supersized cucumbers recently at the Cemetery News Network. Will Uncle KC have CNN's ratings increased after years of huge embarrassing failure? Nah. Although CNN is definitely one of the nominees for the third annual Huge Embarrassing Failure Awards, if you would like to vote for 2025's biggest failure, the link to vote is in the description below. Links also available in the community tab of the channel homepage here on YouTube. Just click the channel name or the channel logo. Once you're on the channel homepage, click on the community tab and you'll see the link in my most recent community post. The reason, though, for the most recent Butt Bongo Festival at CNN, they managed to re-sign one of the only recognizable names at the network. Headline at Variety: Anderson Cooper will stay at CNN after striking new deal at the network. Woohoo! Yes! I'm not sure why CNN is so excited to re-sign Andy Cooper. His ratings are in the pooper. Andy is struggling to resonate with viewers in the 25 to 54 demo. Hell, Andy Cooper is struggling to resonate with viewers in any demo. But after months of speculation, after months of Andy threatening to leave the network, after months of Andy contemplating whether to join the women and children on the life raft, Andy Cooper has officially decided to go down with the Titanic. One of the reasons Anderson Cooper was thinking about leaving CNN, besides the fact that no one is watching the network, there has not been a single fly hovering over the CNN turd in 4 or 5 years now. But one of the reasons that Andy was thinking about leaving, he doesn't like the current direction of the primetime lineup. More specifically, he doesn't like the constant arguing, the bickering on CNN Newsnight, or as it's called in the industry, come see an idiot get verbally pounded. CNN Newsnight is the primetime dump hosted by Abby Phillip. Of course, Abby's not the star of her own show. The real star, hell, the only star at CNN, the American hero Scott Jennings. I am a real American. Every night in prime time, the American hero verbally pounds woke wanker spankers. Scott Jennings is the #1 show at CNN in the 25 to 54 demo. Although CNN organized a celebration when they re-signed Andy Cooper, my inside sources are telling me that the real reason for the celebration, it was the American hero agreeing to stay at the network. Scott Jennings was being heavily recruited by CBS. He was being tempted to join a mainstream network with an actual audience. But the American hero, he recently announced that he was deciding to stay at CNN. When you think about it, it's really a smart move by Scott Jennings. The American hero clearly understands the gimmick. He understands why he's a star. At CNN, there is an endless supply of heels for Scott Jennings to work with. If he were to join CBS, which was recently purchased by Skydance Media, a company owned by the conservative Ellison family, who are major supporters of Donald Trump, if Scott Jennings joined CBS, he would risk his gimmick of being the American hero. He would be another face in a potential sea of conservative faces. Basically, he wouldn't have any good heels to work with. He wouldn't have any woke wanker spankers to verbally pound to make him look like a star. Unfortunately, though, for Scott Jennings, he could end up working for CBS anyway, because the Ellison family, they are aggressively pushing to buy CNN, and they have promised Don Trump, if he approves the purchase, they are going to eradicate the woke fungus. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Fluffernoggin. Uncle KC is not a big snacker. I don't eat a lot of junk food. But if there's one time of year where I break this habit, it's during football season. One of my favorite snacks to eat while I'm watching NFL Red Zone on Sunday afternoons, beef jerky. Problem is, a lot of beef jerky, it tastes like you're biting into a flat tire. Good news is, I no longer have that problem because I started buying gourmet beef jerky from Fluffernoggin. Now, you're probably wondering, what the hell is a Fluffernoggin? Fluffernoggin is gourmet beef jerky that's 100% made here in America. You don't have to worry about consuming foreign cows. These cows are all homegrown. Each recipe from Fluffernoggin is handcrafted with the perfect amount of seasoning. It's the first beef jerky I've ever tasted that literally melts in your mouth. Fluffernoggin comes in a variety of flavors, ranging from mango habanero, Korean barbecue. They even have a flavoring of craft beer. Or, if you're like me, you'll go with the original style flavoring. Fluffernoggin beef jerky is the perfect stocking stuffer for Christmas. They're running a promotion during the holidays, so click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL30, BTL30. Receive 30% off your first purchase with Fluffernoggin. Last Friday, it was announced that Netflix was acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, for those that don't know, Warner Brothers Discovery, they own movie, television production companies, HBO along with HBO Max. They also own CNN along with a handful of other cable networks. Netflix, they were interested in the production assets. Netflix was interested in the streaming assets, but they were not interested in purchasing Warner Brothers polished turds. Which means Netflix had absolutely no interest in rescuing CNN, but that's okay. As it turns out, there's a solution to the problem. There's a hero on the horizon. And then a hero comes along who will fire women with dongs. He will look them in the eyes, realizing these women are guys. So when your ratings aren't so strong, your polished turds are flushed and gone, then you'll finally see the truth. The Ellisons have purchased you. The Ellison family, who bought Paramount and CBS over the summer, they are now interested in buying CNN. According to the Daily Mail, they have made promises to Donald Trump if he were to approve the purchase. Now, for those that don't know, the president has to approve major corporate mergers. It's supposed to prevent major corporations from monopolizing an industry. According to the Daily Mail, if the Trumper approves the Paramount merger with CNN, the Ellisons will fire CNN host that Don doesn't like, which could be very bad news for Kaitlan Collins. Katie Roo! Katie Roo! The girl named Rue and Don, they have a very contentious relationship. During his first term, Don had security escort Rue out of the White House and told Rue that she was not welcome back. The two names listed from the Daily Mail that could lose their jobs at CNN if Don approves this merger, Erin Burnett and bitter Brianna Keilar. I didn't know bitter Bree was still working at CNN. I guess if Don approves this merger, she won't be working there for much longer. From my understanding, if the Ellisons are approved to buy CNN, they are going to eradicate the woke fungus. Clearly, they have been listening to Uncle KC. I've been saying that CNN should eradicate the fungus for what, the last 4, maybe 5 years? MSNBC has cornered the market. There's no way for CNN to compete for an audience that's rapidly dwindling. So, I don't have a problem with the strategy, but I do have a problem with the process. Look, It makes no difference to me who owns CNN. For me personally, it's better for CNN to remain a propagandist paradise. CNN has been very good to me. They provide me with an endless supply of content. Same with the Yentas on The View or MSNBC. Obviously, cleaning out the propaganda at CNN would be better for the country, but if they remain a consistent source of propaganda, that's fine too. It makes no difference to me what happens with CNN, but what I don't like is the Trumper potentially influencing these decisions. I know he has to approve corporate mergers. I get that. But Don Trump is just way too involved with the media. If our former fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden, was trying to influence the media or constantly fighting with the media, I would have a problem with it. I had a problem when he was doing it with big tech companies. Our media sucks. Our media is corrupt. But I know for a fact, government ain't the solution. When has the government ever fixed anything? The only thing the government is good at is turning once well run or once profitable industries into a flaming ass fire. Remember what happened with Obamacare? Now, obviously, the government's not taking over CNN, but it does sound like Don Trump could have significant influence with a potential merger. The Daily Mail is reporting that the Ellisons would fire people Don doesn't like. Now, there are plenty of other reasons to fire woke stars at CNN. There are plenty of legitimate reasons to clean house at the network. We don't need the federal government. We don't need the president being the reason. This would be like MSNBC acquiring Fox News, and in order for the merger to be approved, John Biden demands that Jesse Waters and Greg Gutfeld be fired. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know the Trumper has to approve the merger or reject it. I get that part. But I don't want the government influencing personnel decisions in the mainstream media. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.